That's fantastic. Well, and then why did you decide to come back?
I ask myself that same question sometimes. So what was great is that this place, again, my wife's incredible and she's so organized that she took all this guy's knowledge and everything that he's done and his tour and stuff, and we cataloged them and we created guidebooks and handouts and different things like that. So she could basically train up the new people who would come out and take our place. So before me, Carl had never let anyone do the Panama Canal tour. It's like a 2-hour tour. So I was like, hey man, let me take this off your plate. You've been working for 5-6 years. Let me do this for you. And so we kind of just started running the place, and we made insane tips. I would always get people on these panchas, which were boats that held 20, 25 people. And I'd be like, listen, my goal is to memorize every single person's name on this boat today. And by the time we get done with it, I'm hoping to have that for you guys. And so we would just be super entertaining, be a lot of fun. And we made crazy money in Panama. And so all the money that we had saved up, spent on our flights, medical expenses, hotels, buses, all this stuff, we made it all back. And then an additional $5,000. And so we were let's run it back. Let's go again. So we went from we were going to go from Panama, come back home and figure out our lives. But we're let's go another 6 months. So we went down to Colombia, Ecuador. We worked on a pig farm for a month. Peru, we worked on an after school program, Chile and Argentina. And then we landed back in October 2016 in Phoenix.
Wow. So where do I, pray tell, ask where your journey goes at that point in 2016? But first of all, I'm starting to get curtain number 3 is not fitness. This is your world adventurer so far. So where's 2016? What do you do when you get back to a Tour de France of interesting ex-brigades in Latin America?
Well, I was super confused at that point because I got back and I was like, I did it. I've done my thing. That was my bucket list, trip, everything, adventure. What do I do now? I'm 30. Where do I go from here? So my goal has been now to build up a business that's sustainable, that can help, that can fuel my time and location freedom. So that gives me and my wife, Lindsay, the ability to live somewhere that we want to, do the work that we want to, when we want to do it, be free, and essentially. So the last 5 years have been really dedicated to growing a business that works, that gets results, that does its thing. And I've been through a lot of iterations of that. And I wouldn't say that I'm 100% successful. So, but it's been fun. And now we have 2 kids.
You got 2 kids. Well, let's not skim over that. So, but let's real quick. What's the business?
So the business is called $1 Million Body. Basically, this is what I wrote the book on, $1 Million Body Method.
You wrote a book. Let's put that book up, The $1 Million Body. And when did that book come out?
$1 Million Body Method. This came out in February of this year. This book called Passport Fitness. This is the one this right here. You can see I'm on the dock of the boat in Panama getting thrown off. Yeah. This is us and me and my wife swimming through lily pads, Machu Picchu, Chilean desert.
Fitness. What's the byline? Passport Fitness.
The no-nonsense guide to staying in shape no matter where in the world you wake up in. No matter what city in the world you wake up in.
That's very applicable because when you travel, your whole program is thrown to shit. And you want to be able to know how to stay fit, and we all know how to do push-ups and sit-ups and all that, but to have that, that's a pretty good, nifty book.
Thanks. Yeah, it didn't sell very well in 2020 for some reason, but who knows why. But so basically, I brought a suspension trainer. Oh, is that it?
Well, think about it. I mean, nobody went anywhere in 2020. It was bad timing. But I'm sure you could use some of that marketing background that you had way back when in our earlier story, and maybe apply some of that. But so in 2016, you knew that you wanted to start this business, and then when did you start writing that book, The $1 Million Body Method?
I started writing that it's been a work in progress since 2018, but I basically kind of put it together, wrote it into a book, and got it published late 2020. Yeah, so I launched it in February of this year, right before my son was born. 2 books very close to
within a year apart of each other.
Like 3 years. I think this one came out in 2018. This one came out in 2021. Okay, gotcha. So, yeah. So this one's a little bit more hey, just how to stay in shape on the road. Here are the tactics that I used when I traveled for 16 months. Take this plus stories of me almost getting stabbed or jumping on crocodiles
and getting burned by gasoline.
Yeah, I talked about that.
Yeah. So
I caught this is a caiman I caught.
okay, then he's showing me
See
a
that?
picture of it looks like a crocodile. That's called the caiman.
Spectacled caiman, yeah, looks like Harry Potter glasses.
Yeah, that's like holding a big alligator there. It looks like.
That's right.
So you get back. This is a new mode for you because you're just used to, how do you come down from living an adventure? That a lot of people want to live that adventure, and especially someone like you who's just hungering for it. You went after it, and then you get back. How do you adjust to going to such a sedentary lifestyle after all that?